from last week, this was the plan from last week. We basically were planning to go short below 124.15. We are now trading at 121.05. All of you were trading the yen pairs and the pound yen with me, and we've seen the big moves that we had in the pound yen. And even though with the short covering that came up in the last couple of days, we're still up on that trade at least 300 pips. So that momentum only confirms that the move is still to the downside. This is nothing more than a gift, and we should find an entry to go short. If you look at this chart, as you can see, and I'm just bringing it in, zooming it in, you can see this is the short point all the way down, and now this is nothing more than a big sideways pattern. We should be looking for a continuation to the downside. So therefore our entry would be, if I look at the last here, this here would be our short point below the 120.60. So any trade below 120.60 again would be a failure, a structural failure, and we should be looking for a decline to the downside. And if I do go short over here, my stop is going to be above the high of the day, which is 121.10. So I'm risking about 40 pips on that trade on the short side, and my structural short is still one and the same, 119.37. That's on the short side. On the long side, I can buy it only if it takes out the highs of this day, which is 121.40. This will be our buying point. If I do, I'm placing my stop since I have a stop here sitting at 121.05. I'm going to use that as my long or short stop because I don't like to confuse two different stops. And I'm going to see my structural long point is the 122.04. So this is the pound yen. We are going to buy above 121.40, and if I do, my stop is going to be 121.05, and my structural long point is the 122. It was our structural short point, now it's going to be our structural long point. On the short side, I'm going to go short below 120.60, and if I do, my stop is still the same, 121.05, and my structural short point is the 119.37. Okay, so this is the pound yen, buying above 121.40, and if I do, my stop is going to be 121.05, about 25 pips on that trade, and I have a structural long point at 122.50. On the short side, I'm going to go short below 120.60, and if I do, I have a structural point at 119.37, and I'm using the 121.05 as also my short stop. Okay, that is the pound yen. Let me save that.